I'm finishing. I want to give the guest of honor. Nimesema ukija shule collaborate with the teachers, subject teachers, class teachers. Chukua namba ya mwalimu wa class ya mtoto wako so that you can make follow up, monitor academic matters in school and at home. Come to school between Monday and Friday. Kwa sababu ameshika mimba ama mtoto amedrop shule kwa sababu amekuwa a vegetable in terms of mental capacities, akili imevurugika mpaka mtoto hashikanishi tena, amevuta bangi, amezoea. Wazazi, as much as you'll be busy out there building the nation, let us know what the children are doing every day. Financial obligations. Mumeona tangu nilipokuja sijatuma watoto nyumbani kwa sababu ya school fees. Si mumeona hivyo? Si mumefurahi sana? Si munipigie makofi? Mimi sikutaka kusumbua watu watujuani, lakini leo tumejuana. Si munaniona? Si munanisikia? I'm not talking to you. I'll talk to you on Monday. Leo siongei na hawa, wanajua vile tunavyoongea. Now, I want to give you a strategy ama a formula. Kama wewe ni yule mzazi ambaye ana matatizo ya kifedha, na Wakenya wengi tuko hapo, hata mimi. Kwa ukiona nimekuita kwa sababu nilifanya uchunguzi, and I think what I'm calling you for requires your interventions. And therefore my least expectation ni kwamba ukija tuzungumze, you listen to me. The first thing I'll ask is kujua mwanafunzi alikwambia nini, ndio tuweze kujua na mimi nina yepi. The other one, wakati wa mid-term, wakati wa kufunga term, tunapatia wanafunzi termly reports ambazo tunatarajia mzazi utaiangalia report form, kwa sababu report form ndio itakuwezesha kuona that investment you have done for your son or daughter inakuonyesha mwanafunzi anafanya nini. Na wakati utakapokuja kwa ofisi yangu kwa sababu moja ama nyingine, nitakuuliza hata wewe mwanafunzi alipata grade gani wakati wa end of term ama katika mtihani wa mid term. And I'll be very very keen in my follow up on details. I'll be very keen kujua, are you the kind of parent that interrogates the report form? Report form umeiangalia vizuri, umemuuliza mwanafunzi kwa nini alipata grade hii na ile katika masomo haya na yale. And it will be unfortunate nikikuuliza na wewe unauliza mwanafunzi ati mwanafunzi alikuwa na grade gani, unamuuliza baba ulikuwa na grade gani. That quickly tells me you did not have an interaction with the report form. Now, nimekaa vikao vingi na walimu, tumekubaliana kwamba in future wanafunzi watakuwa wanakuja na homework nyumbani, na wanapokuja na homework nitatarajia kwamba wewe mzazi ndiye utakayechukua nafasi yangu mimi mwalimu, alafu kuhakikisha kwamba wanafunzi kuna nini hapa? I'm talking about homework. This is some of the things we have discussed with the teachers. Going forward, you'll be going home with the homework, and I'm charging the parents today to ensure that homework ambayo nimepeana, and I'm talking on behalf of the teachers, imefanywa vizuri. One of the things we'll be checking when you come back from home, whether from half term ama from opening, ni homework. Si ile frisking ya kuangalia kama umeficha wapi peremende. Tuko tunaangalia homework kama umefanya. And today I'm commissioning the parents to ensure Unajua chairman alipokuwa anaongea hapa, mnaulizwa swali, mnajibu in the negative. Mnataka homework ama hamtaki? Nilijua. Mimi mwalimu. Wazazi kila wakati unapouliza wanafunzi maswali ambayo yanaweza kuwa na majibu mawili, watajibu lile jibu ambalo hautarajii. That is psychological. So that is why I'm not asking them. Mimi sina nafasi kubwa ya kuwauliza watoto wanataka nini kwa sababu najua hawajui. I know they don't know what is good for them. Mtoto wa mtu wa chini sana dunia hii ataweza kukaa meza moja na wale watoto wa familia za juu. Let us be very, very serious parents. Let us take our responsibilities seriously. And I want to promise you that even mnaniona, I have energy. I have energy. I have been a teacher for the last 23 years. I know the way. If you work with me, I will take these children to great heights. Mungu awabariki sana na amen. Welcome our guest of honor. Thank you very much. Pigieni makofi guest of honor.
To state it as it is, to one wife and a daughter, and I'm a father to a daughter, my daughter. I'm also a speaker. I'm a motivational speaker or a transformational speaker, and I also do counseling in diverse fields. So in a nutshell, that is the person who will be standing for the next few minutes in front of you. And I want us today, I know today you are celebrating, it's a prize giving day, right? If I'm not wrong. Sindio? It's not? And today we are here to look back on what has been, what the results have been brought forward by those of us who are great enough, who are courageous enough to go through the test and give us something. So we are here to celebrate results, outcomes of a clique of a few of us who have done us good, who have done us proud, who have taken us somewhere. But even as we celebrate this day, there are questions that we need to ask ourselves. Next year, at a time like this, where are we going to be? Are we going to be where we are now? Are we going to be a few steps back? Or are we going to have outdone ourselves? Because if we get these questions right, if we get these principles right, then let me tell you, we can accurately foretell how next year is going to become. And today I want to talk about tolerance to celebration. That will be my topic. That we have a lot of us today who are comfortable with mediocrity. We are so comfortable with our last success. We are not moved at all to where we want to be. Yes, we have set sight. We are not pushing ourselves enough. We are not giving ourselves the best to reach those heights. and this has become the breeding ground. The breeding ground of inactivity, complaints, blaming, where we start pointing fingers at each other because we are not giving the best that we need to give. And let me say this, as we embark on this journey, there are some things that we need to be familiar about. That everything we see, everything we smell, everything we hear, everything that we think, all things that are in the external world, all results are created twice. The seat you're sitting on, the clothes you're wearing, the papers that you're holding, the food that you've carried for your dear students, they are all created twice. And number one, it is created at the plane of thought. For everything that we see, hear, everything that we touch, everything that we taste, all these things, they have all been created twice. May it be the classrooms, the tents that you're under, the cars that you've come in, the motorbikes, your homes, your pens that you're holding, everything has been created twice. And first is that someone somewhere thought it. Someone somewhere had an idea of what he wanted to bring forth. Harvard, hawa watoto wanasomea huko, na wao hawatumiangi hizo madawa. You young lady, you are getting involved with that young man. For some reason. Nacheza na yeye. And I can tell you, almost zero relationships from high school, from primary high school, survive to get to see their adult years. Am I speaking the truth? Teacher, parents, unaongea ukweli? Unacheza nayo. Hata niko hata ndani pia hizo vitu crude pia. Wanaume ni wabaya. Wanaume ni wabaya. Hivyo umekaa unawekwa viawani. Kwanza nakakuja. Unakaa yenyewe unatoka usiku shule. Kwa hivyo huyo mtoto atalewa na nani? Wazazi. That you be said. The performance the last 1 year has not been so good. It has not. So there are things we have to agree. Is the school asking you to come for clinic day? Kindly set aside everything. Kila kitu weka kando. Come for the sake of your daughter. Come for the sake of your son. As you set those goals per subject, ulikuwa na nini C+? Nataka tupate nini? Baba nikipata kabisa mbaya. Sawa, andika. Uko na hakika utapata B, nitapata. Andika B. Sort of grade, nataka ulikuwa na gani? C-. Can you get a C+? We are not asking for bottom lips. We are asking for small by small growth. 4 years is a long time, but it's also a very short time. If you are making progressive improvement, attend these clinics. There's one saying I have for responsibility. If it has to be, it has to be me, first and foremost. If we have to rise to the very top, it has to start with me, at home, in school. Call, take the class teacher's number, pigie mwalimu, muulize mwalimu, sasa mtoto wangu anaendelea. Niliacha juzi akiwa na hii mark. Wamefanya kazi? Wamefanya. Sasa amepata nini? Follow up. What hiyo report form isikuwe tu ni karatasi unaletewa. You see, I'm a guardian in Kirogoya Girls. And the other pastor, for some reason I thought they were not sent with a report form. Because the school has a program where they send results via text messages. So I never asked. So I talked to the class teacher and nikamwambia tukiongea na mwalimu nikaongea naye, then akaniambia wengine daktari utaangalia kwa report form. Nikamuuliza report akaniambia yeye iko na mwanafunzi. That was 1 week after they had closed na sikuwa nimeonyeshwa report form. I'm giving you examples with myself. And report form, student report form, it is not a paper that is supposed to punish you. This is not something you take to your parents that they use as a basis for punitive measures. This is just saying, for the 3 months that you paid school fee, for the 3 months that you've given me pocket money, for the 3 months that I've attended classes, for the 3 months that I've been away in school, this is what I have got. Utapata hapo mara mingi mwalimu alikuandikia there is room for improvement. But it is your responsibility to ensure that you know what is going on in school. Let not things get you by surprise. When you do that, you'll always find someone to blame. And that person is not you, is always someone outside. No one can breathe for you. You have to do them for yourself. So if you are going to rejoice in the success of your students, parents, we will have to reach a point and say, if this girl has to make it, if she has to become what she says she has to become, if this young man has to go to Chuka University, to Nairobi University, has to go abroad for further studies, then I will have to walk this walk with her. I will have to be there for them. This is a joint. You are not a Guasi partner where you are silent. You are an active partner in the education of these students. Hello? Am I speaking to someone? So whether you want it or not, you are very present there. That's why in a term, once or twice, you have to come to school. Responsibility. Responsibility. And you have to do it well, parents. You have to be a role model. If there are things you want your students to do, you have to be a role model. If you want them to wake up very early in the morning, wacha kuamka saa 4 Saturday. Ati kiumia hii wiki nimefanya kazi. Kiumia hiki ni tete ngoende ndao kunaoka kidogo. Na anasema nini? Wiki hata mimi nimesoma dadi. Hata mimi nikiamka saa 6 jo. Mambo yezi kuwa mbaya sana. Manke do. Martin Luther King Jr., when he was fighting for liberation of the blacks in the United States, before he was assassinated, he said this one day: if you are called a street sweeper, sweep the streets like Michelangelo painted the 16th chapel of the Roman Catholic Church. He was one of the best painters in the world. And he painted the ceiling of the chapel of that church. Tourists come from everywhere in the world to see these paintings by Michelangelo, because he was such a good painter. Then he continues and says, sweep the streets like Beethoven composed classic music. At time. And I think this is something that tells a lot about the culture of this school. Students, aren't you happy about that? Because what we see on the outside is created by what? By what we see, what we do not see on the inside. So when I see you're smart, I know your brain is also smart. There is no doubt about that. There is no doubt about that. I'm a practicing doctor from Kirogoya. Kirogoya is on the other side of, slightly on your way here. Makutano, and you get somewhere you call Samson Corner, unaingilia hapo, Kutus, Kirogoya. Kwa gavana ambaye anaitwa Waiguru. I'm in private practice. And in Kirogoya town, there's a hospital there called Temadi Medical Services. Yes, they have to name it after myself. Yes, I love myself that much. It's an outpatient facility. But recently, on March 1st, 2018, we opened an inpatient, still at the outskirts of Kirogoya town. I'm also a PTA chairman of Kirogoya Girls High School. It's an extra county high school, based also in Kirogoya town.
That will be set. The performance the last 1 year has not been so good. It has not.
So there are things we have to agree. Is the school asking you to come for clinic day? Kindly set aside everything. Kila kitu weka kando. Come for the sake of your daughter. Come for the sake of your son. As you set those goals per subject, ulikuwa na nini C+? Nataka tupate nini? Baba nikipata ka B si mbaya. Sawa, andika. Uko na hakika utapata B, nitapata. Andika B. Sort of grade, nataka ulikuwa na gani? C-. Can you get a C+? We are not asking for quantum leaps. We are asking for small by small growth. 4 years is a long time, but it's also a very short time. If you are making progressive improvement, attend these clinics. There's one saying I have for responsibility. If it has to be, it has to be me. First and foremost, if we have to rise to the very top, it has to start with me at home. In school, call. Take the class teacher's number. Pigie mwalimu. Muulize mwalimu sasa mtoto wangu anaendelea. Niliacha juzi akiwa na hii mark. Wamefanya kazi? Wamefanya. Sasa amepata nini? Follow up. What your report form isikuwe tu ni karatasi unaletewa. You see, I'm a guardian in Kirogoya Girls. And the other pastor, for some reason, I thought they were not sent with a report form. Because they started, the school has a program where they send results via text messages. So I never asked. So I talked to the class teacher and nikamwambia tukiongea na mwalimu nikaongea naye, then akaniambia ingine daktari utaangalia kwa report form. Nikamuuliza report, akaniambia yeye iko na mwanafunzi. That was 1 week after they had closed. Na sikuwa nimeonyeshwa report form. I'm giving you examples with myself. And report form, student, report form, it is not a paper that is supposed to punish you. It is not
something you take to your parents that they use as a basis for punitive measures. Is just saying, for the 3 months that you paid school fee, for the 3 months that you've given me pocket money, for the 3 months that I've attended classes, for the 3 months that I've been away in school, this is what I have got. Utapata hapo mara mingi mwalimu alikuandikia there is room for improvement. But it is your responsibility to ensure that you know what is going on in school. Let not things get you by surprise. When you do that, you'll always find someone to blame. And that person is not you, is always someone outside. No one can breathe for you. You have to do them for yourself. So if you are going to rejoice in the success of your students, parents, we will have to reach a point and say, if this girl has to make it, if she has to become what she says she has to become, if this young man has to go to Chuka University, to Nairobi University, has to go abroad for further studies, then I will have to walk this walk with her. I will have to be there for them. This is a joint. You are not a guasi partner where you are silent. You are an active partner in the education of these students. Hello? Am I speaking to someone? So whether you want it or not, you are very present there. That's why in a term, once or twice, you have to come to school. Responsibility. Responsibility. And you have to do it well, parents. You have to be a role model. If there are things you want your student to do, you have to be a role model. If you want them to wake up very early in the morning, wacha kuamka saa 4 Saturday. Ati kiumia hii wiki nimefanya kazi. Kiumia hiki nitete ngoende ndao kunoka kidogo. Na anasema nini? Hii wiki hata mimi nimesoma dadi. Hata mimi nikiamka saa 6 jo. Mambo yezi kuwa mbaya sana. Mankesi? Mankedu. Martin Luther King Jr., when he was fighting for liberation of the blacks in the United States, before he was assassinated, he said this one day: if you are called a street sweeper, sweep the streets like Michelangelo painted the 16th chapel of the Roman Catholic Church. He was one of the best painters in the world. And he painted the ceiling of the chapel of that church. Tourists come from everywhere in the world to see these paintings by Michelangelo, because he was such a good painter. Then he continues and says, sweep the streets like Beethoven composed classical music today. In the 18th century, that when the host of heaven come down, they shall say, here once lived a great street sweeper. Parents, people, all I'm asking you is to say that if we are going to raise Kiini to a different level, it is going to be me. It has to start with me. Before I say the teachers have not done it, before I say the principal has not done it, before I say the BOM has not done it, before I point fingers to the parent chair and representative, I need to ask myself, have I really done what is supposed to be done? Number two, I want us to have patriotism, pride, belonging. And I want us to know that for the next 4 years, or for the last 4 years for some of these students, they have not known any other secondary school apart from Kiini. Is it Kiini? Kiini Secondary School. And let me say this, for the rest of their lives, they will never know any other high school. I'm an old boy of a co-boys high school. Hii iko hapa, just across the street. For 4 years, that is where I was. And I carry that school everywhere I go. I am proud that I went to that school. I never hide it. I know there were 4 years that I will probably never forget for the rest of my life. And I want to remind you today that this school will be 4 years to your sons and daughters. Will be 4 years where you'll be coming in and out. Month after month, you'll be calling in. Your heart will be invested here. For 4 good years out of the many years that God will bless you. So all I'm asking is, have some pride. Have some belonging. Know that this is the best place that you will ever go to. Stop promising them, wewe enda huko Tambini. Hiyo shule ni vile sijapatana na principal. Ati ungekuwa ulitoka huko, nikakupeleka hiyo ingine. East or west, home is best. They will be here for 4 years. Invest yourselves here. And remember this, for Form 1 parents, these are structures that were built by parents who came before you. Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, even Form 4, wengine wamejenga tayari. Wamejenga choo, waka blocks, wakatengeneza vizuri, wakaeka tiles, wapakapakwa rangi. The trees that you are under, that you are taking shade in, someone else planted those trees. Can you plant yours? 10, 15, 20 years from now, you shall come proudly back to this school and say, unaona ile basi, unaona ile dining hall, unaona hii fence ya mawe yenye tumejenga hapa, hiyo ni sisi tulijenga. You can walk with your head held up high. You can talk and not be ashamed of your contribution into this school. Usiwe mtu wa kutumia unawacha. 4 years, kisikia sijui tunajenga kanini, hiyo sawa. Sio watoto walikuja kusoma. Wao walikuja kujenga. Hello? Then let's have reasons why we want to succeed. Let's have reasons why we want to succeed. I was raised up by a single parent in Nairobi. I was born at Pumwani Hospital. I was brought up in Githurai. How many of us know Githurai? There is a good and the bad about Githurai, so I don't know which one you know.
The bad.
You know the bad. We've been told we like the negative, ndio? Ukiongea na simu hapo kwa stage unasikia boss. Ukimalizia hapo kwa simu nisaidie nako, hatutakuwa na shida mingi na wewe. Kwa hivyo jaribu tu malize kenye unasema. I was raised up there with a lot of struggles. My primary school I went to Chogoria, boys, boarding. From there I went to Eko Boys. From there I went to Nairobi for my higher education. I graduated in the year 2007. I worked until in the year 2014 I decided to go private. I'm yet to work in the public sector. But all through these struggles, one of the things that stood out was the fact that there was no single term that my fees was paid in full. I remember one term, it was a second term like this. I had new shoes. They were stolen the second week of May. And I had to survive the whole term on slippers. Mpaka July, August wakati tulifunga. Na hii ni wakati kunanyeshanga, hapa Chuka sasa kunanyesha, tuna kabaridi. Mpaka huwa akatoke hata ukijaribu kusumbua hao kalaina akatokani. And so many other challenges. Pocket money was never enough. I would be given 100 shillings then for the whole term. My mom would come or fail to come for visiting. And those were the days when gas, kupika na gas was very expensive. But I faced it. I promised myself that the difficulties I have grown with through my journey, I refuse that my child shall have such difficulties. Hello? Am I speaking to someone? Ati zile mashida zenye mimi nilipitia nikikuwa mkubwa. Nikikuwa mtoto wangu atapitia mashida kama hizo. Sitamonania, I'll be a parent. But they will never go through what I went through. And those reasons have seen, so to say, God has been gracious to where we've gotten now. But we need to have reasons why we say that the force of this year are not going to be the same force that we've had for the last few years. That they are going to make it. That they are going to thrive, that they are going to overcome. Because when I look at what this school is called, it's Kiini High School, not Kiini Mix, not Kiini Day, not Kiini Body. It is high school.
Term 2018. Nangojea prefects wa form 4. Naona mmoja. Tufanye haraka. Kuna eye opener ni ile mtihani wanafunzi walifanya wakitoka nyumbani na mnaona hizo grades zio mzuri. We are also working as a team, as teachers and students to improve that performance. So we want to award the prefect body. We will start with the chairperson, student council, Chalo. Chalo will be awarded by our guest of honor. So I request pewe yake by chairman. Thank you. You also award Millicent Mukami, the computer laboratory secretary. IT. Then I will request our level Judy Boys dog captain. You will also award to Francis Moredi, boarding secretary. You will also award Kevin Mwiti, Umoja Boys dog captain. Thank you, Reverend. I now request our senior principal to award this certificate. Irene Kada, Deputy Boarding Secretary. Then Doreen Joel, Deputy Dining Hall Captain. He will also award to Simon Dongo, from 40 class secretary. Thank you, our senior principal. We Lena Kingatu, from 4N class secretary. Then Form 4M Class Secretary, Victor Mwenda. And LC Dumba, Entertainment Girls Secretary. Thank you very much, Reverend. Guest of honor, the award Deputy Chairperson, Katoka. Then I now request the Chairperson, PTA, to award these certificates. Eva Kanja, Sanitation Girls Secretary. Eva Kanja is quite far. We move to Frida Kendi, Pavement Girls Secretary. Frida Kendi. Hiyo tutapeana baadaye. Please, prefects from force, you high hand. Thank you. Kanja amekuja. The chair to come closer so that you can receive. Then we have the deputy chairperson, president, the deputy chairperson, and we are now through with awarding the certificates and the awards. Before we go to vote of thanks so that we can pray and go to other businesses, wazazi nataka kuwaelezea kidogo kuhusu lunch. Kila mwanafunzi amepewa meal card ili kuwe na order kwa dining. Kwa hivyo mzazi utapewa meal card na mtoto, alafu utaingia pale dining, alafu utasaviwa. Hiyo ingine mwanafunzi atakuelezea. Tukimaliza, wazazi na watoto watakubaliwa kuwa kwa this compound. Mtachukua viti ambacho mnakalia, alafu mtazitumia, lakini tunaomba ikifika saa 10 wazazi wote wawe wameenda nyumbani na basi iko tutawateremsha. Watoto wamekubaliwa kula ile chakula na vitu ambayo mwaletea leo, alafu waweke kidogo ya kesho watamalizia. Kwa hivyo ikiwa umeleta nyumbani ili ubakishe, ile itaenda mpaka kesho, alafu bado wafanye mtihani wakiwa wamekula ile chakula ambayo iko sawa sawa. At this juncture, I will invite a POM member, Madam Mereti, to move a vote of thanks. Karibu madam.
Bwana Yesu asifiwe. I've been given a very easy task of appreciations. And first I want to thank our Lord, our God, because He has given us a good day. He is the one who was in the plan, and He has really been in the plans of this day. I want to say thank you of giving us parents, of giving us students. It is not automatic. I know it comes from the Lord. So because of that, can you clap? Because of that, yes, our work is just to clap and thank the Lord. He has also given us a principal from another county. And ours is just to thank the Lord because we have now our principal and he is going to work with us. I would also like to thank our speaker. I want to appreciate the speaker because I have heard the speaker telling you so many things. He has advised the parents, he has advised the students, and he has given us very good points. Kiini school is going to shine. It is going to shine in the county. It is going to shine in the whole country. He has told us that as students we must be hungry of what we are doing. He has told us to be passionate. He has told us to be urgent because we have only got 4 years. He has told us very many things that if we do them, we are going to make Kiini school a good school. He has also advised the parents, and because of that, I want us to give 3 hefty claps for our guest speaker, who also is a doctor. Roger. He is a doctor, and he was an ex-student. He also is. He has assured us of support. He has also assured us of even better grades. So we thank you, Mr. Principal. We appreciate you. We shall give you some 3 claps because you have even told us that this is a good school. So, to the principal, hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. I also want to thank the teachers. The teachers of this school you have seen are very many and they are very energetic. They look very energetic and I know they are going to work very hard. So they have also done a lot of preparation for this day. They have also taught and kept discipline to the people, to the students. So let us give the teachers hefty claps, 3 of them because they are also very important. Hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. Yeah. I also continue thanking their parents that they can have a bite. You have supported the school all along and we cannot take that one for granted. We appreciate you for your hard work. Please take care of the pupils and students the way you have been asked to, especially when they are at home. Make sure that they are doing their homework. So we are going also to thank the parents with 3 claps. Are you ready? Hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. Right. I want to thank the students. Please listen to me. I want to thank you because you have been very patient all through, and I would ask you next time to bring a notebook with you so that you can be jotting what you are hearing and even what you are seeing. Please make sure that you carry a notebook next time. And we thank you very much because you have not given us a hard time. Continue working hard and you make Kiini a great school. So can you give them 3 hefty claps also? Hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. Yes, let me continue. Last but not the least, I want to thank the BOM, the PTA members, those ones who are here, and even those ones who are not here because they have got apologies. So we thank them because they have been supporting the school. We pray that they will continue deliberating on the school issues, and I know Kiini will be a great school. So let us give them some hefty claps so that they can also feel appreciated. Hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. Yes. Last but not the least, I want to thank. Last but not the least, I am on my last. I want to thank our Reverend, who is also our sponsor, very much because of finding time to be with us. He is a very busy person because he has got very many congregations. So together with our visiting Reverend also Reverend Kamoiro, I also want to thank them. 3 hectare clubs. Hep, hep. Hep, hep. Hep, hep. Thank you very much, our speaker, Dr. Kiini. Please come again when we ask you to come. I would also like to thank the principal of this school. I would like to thank his deputy and even the ones who are under him, because he has given us a hope. He has given us a hope, and he has told us he is ready to work with us, and us, we are also going to support him. So they have advised us, and I would want us to appreciate them. So let us give them the club that is called Mathematical Club from 5 downwards. Shall we start? Start now. Yes, I used to be a mathematical teacher, so that is why I've chosen that. Thank you very much. Enjoy yourselves with your parents. Asante.
Thank you, madam. Tumpigie makofi.
Thank you very much, madam, for that what you have done for us. Wakati huu nataka kuwakumbusha wazazi, uko na ruhusa ya kutumia uwanja huu, hamuna ruhusa ya kwenda dormitory, hamuna ruhusa ya kwenda kwa class. Tumalizie maneno yetu hapa, alafu tuende salama na Mungu awatendee mema. Nita request Reverend Kamoiro atufungie na maombi na hata aombee zile vitu tutakula na hata lunch. Karibu.
Haya, tusimameni sasa tunataka. Lakini ni vizuri mjua huyu ni Kamoiro na ni mtune. Na nilikuwa hapa nikimlisha kiroho. Alafu nikaacha ndugu yangu na Fred Mchina aendelee. Kwa wale ambao wako zaidi ya miaka 3 hapa wananifahamu vizuri. Na nafurahia ni kwa sababu mimi pia kama mchungaji pia ni mzazi. Niko na watoto klasi ya darasa ya 4 na darasa ya 1. Kwa hivyo niko na imani na shule hii. I have confidence in this school. And still again, hata nikienda huko naleta watoto hapa. Kwa hivyo naona wazazi tuendelee kusupport this school because it is a great school. Measure na our guest of honor ni kwamba matamshi yetu na mafikira yetu ndio inaweza kuleta kiti kama hii. So I say those ideas are things. Kwa hivyo unapofikiria mambo mazuri yatatendeka. Unapofikiria mambo mabaya yatatendeka. Sijui wewe unafikiria mambo gani kuhusu hii shule. Na Mungu ambariki. Tuombe. Baba, tunasema ni asante kwa sababu ya wema wako. Umetulinda, umetuhifadhi na umekuwa pamoja nasi katika kikao hiki ambao tumeongea mengi kuhusu hii shule. Baba, yote twaiachilia mikononi mwako. Ni kwa sababu wewe ndiwe muweza yote. Uko pamoja nasi. Tumefurahia vile umekuwa pamoja nasi kutupatia siku nzuri, kutuwekea hata kukaa kikaoni hiki tukiwa na uzima. Baba, pokea sifa, pokea shukrani. Na sasa tumefikia kikomo na tutaondoka kikaoni hiki, tutarudi makwetu. Twaomba Baba ukaweza kutupatia jane masi tunapoondoka kikaoni hiki kurudi makwetu. Gari zile tutakazoziendea twazitakaza na damu yako Kristo. Njia na barabara zile tutapitia
twazitakaza na damu yako Kristo. Twaomba ukatuma malaika walinzi wakaturinda na wakatutangulia, wakiondoa hila zote na mipango miovu ya shetani, ili katika kuenenda kwetu tukafika salama na wakainiliwa na tukatukuza jina lako. Mbele yetu tuna kitu tutakula na tutakunywa. Baba, tuwakiweka mikononi mwako, tukipokea kitupatie uzima miilini yetu, na zaidi ya yote utulize chakula ya kiroho ile ya kusikia na kuelewa neno lako. Tuwajiweka mikononi mwako, ni kwa sababu utakuwa pamoja nasi na utaendelea kuwa nasi. Ni katika jina la Baba, Mwana na Roho Mtakatifu. Amen. And now the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God, the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us now and forevermore. Amen.